So yun, for this video, I will discuss the applicable taxation or applicable computation of tax for corporations. So quick background lang, we have three types of businesses. So we have sole proprietorship, second is partnership, and third is corporation. For sole proprietorship, ang applicable taxes is yung diniscuss natin before, which is yung taxation on individuals. So we have also partnership in which i-discuss natin yung applicable tax sa kanya by next chapter. And yung taxation of corporation in which yun yung i-discuss natin ngayon. Okay? So let's start. So by the way, this video or this chapter is divided into 4 parts. So the first part is the definition of corporation as well as the RCIT, yung tinatawag natin na regular corporate income tax. We have also the minimum corporate income tax, yung tinatawag natin na MCIT. Third, we have the GIT or gross income tax. And IET or tinatawag natin na improperly accumulated earnings tax. And yung last part is yung special corporation and some exercises. Okay, so let's start with the first part. So what is corporation? According to the Corporation Code, corporation is an artificial being created by operation of law, having the right of succession and the powers, attributes, and properties expressly authorized by law or incident to its existence. So, basically, ang corporation is owned by the stockholders in which they have shares of stock. So, dun nadidetermine kung magkano yung investment nila sa company. So, the corporation has the right to sue. They have the right to sue and be sued. Okay. So, this definition is according to the Corporation Code. However, when it comes sa taxation, meron siyang wider definition. Because, according to the income taxation, it also includes, number 1, partnerships, no matter how created or organized. Second, joint stock companies. Third, joint accounts. And third, association or insurance companies. So, kanina sabi natin na yung partnership is one type din siya ng business. However, for taxation purposes, ang partnership is taxable as corporation. Mamaya meron ako example ng partnership na hindi siya taxable as corporation but taxable siya as partnership. Okay? So, when we say joint stock companies, these are constituted when a group of individuals acting jointly establish and operate business enterprise under an artificial name with an invested capital divided into transferable shares, an elected board of directors, and other corporate characteristics but operating without formal government authority. So, ang main type or ang main line of business nila is, from the word itself, stocks. Second is joint accounts. It is constituted when one interests himself in the business of another by contributing capital thereto and sharing in the profits or losses in the proportion agreed upon. And yung last natin is yung association, in which it includes all organization which have substantially the salient features of a corporation to be taxable as corporation. So, associations and insurance companies. So, again, aside from the corporation, taxable as corporation din yung number 1, partnership, no matter how created or organized. Second is joint stock companies. Third, joint accounts. And fourth, association or insurance companies. So, alin naman yung mga hindi kasama or not included on the definition of corporation? So, dalawa lang to. Number 1 is the General Professional Partnership o yung tinatawag natin na GPP. So, these are partnerships formed by persons for the sole purpose of exercising their common professions. Example nito, dalawang lawyer nagtayo ng isang law firm. So, nag-exercise sila ng profession nila doon. Also, example nito is yung dalawang auditor na nagtayo ng auditing firm. As long as nagkaroon ng partnership between two professionals to execute or to exercise their profession. So, ang tawag doon is general professional partnership. And second is yung joint venture. It is a commercial undertaking by two or more persons, differing from a partnership in that it relates to the disposition of a single lot of goods or completion of a single project. So, parang partnership din siya, but ang difference is after matapos ng isang project is mawawala na rin yung joint venture na to. Okay? So, further discuss lang natin yung joint venture or consortium na tinatawag natin. So, in general, joint venture are taxable as corporation except when, number 1, it is formed for the purpose of undertaking construction projects pursuant to the Presidential Decree number 929 and engaging in petroleum, coal, geothermal, and other energy operations. So, sabi dito, in general, ang joint venture is taxable siya as corporation. Ibig sabihin kung ano yung applicable tax rate or taxability ng isang corporation is applicable din sa kanya. Except when, kapag na-perform niya itong dalawa. Kapag, number 1, nag-undertake siya ng construction project. Ibig sabihin, yung joint venture na to is gumagawa ng isang project or nagko-construct ng isang project. And second, kapag nag-engage sa petroleum. Kapag either nag-undertake ng construction or engage siya sa energy production, hindi siya taxable as corporation, instead taxable siya as partnership. So, further discuss lang natin yung number 1, which is yung form for undertaking construction. So, kino-consider siya na nag-undertake ng construction. So, joint venture formed for the purpose of undertaking construction project is not considered as corporation under Section 22 of the Tax Code if, number 1, it was formed for the purpose of undertaking of construction projects. Second, should involve joining or pooling of sources in which nagpo-pool siya ng resources from PCAB and DTI. Third, the local contractor is engaged in the construction business. And fourth, must be duly licensed as such by the PCAB, DTI, and other government agencies. So, PCAB stands for Philippine Contractors Association Board. So, ito yung parang certifying body ng mga construction companies. So, absent of any one of these four, the joint venture or consortium formed for the purpose of undertaking construction projects shall be considered as taxable corporation. Again, kanina sinabi natin na kapag ang isang joint venture is nag-undertake ng construction or nag-engage siya sa energy production, taxable siya as partnership. 'Di ba? Sabi natin, taxable siya as partnership. Pero kung hindi niya ma-perform itong apat na to, instead of being taxable as partnership, magiging taxable siya as corporation. Okay? So, kung medyo naguluhan kayo, i-replay nyo na lang yung sinabi ko. Again, for summary. So, the following are taxable as corporation. Number 1, corporation itself. Second, partnership, no matter how created or organized, except the general professional partnership. Third, joint stock companies. Fourth, joint accounts. And fifth, associations or insurance companies. And ano naman yung mga hindi taxable as corporation? Dalawa lang yan. Number 1 is the GPP or General Professional Partnership and joint venture. Okay? So, let's now go with the classification of corporation. Kung sa individuals, meron tayong tinatawag na residents, alien, yan, resident citizen, non-resident citizen, resident alien, and non-resident alien. So, corporation, meron din tayong tinatawag na dalawang classification. Number 1 is domestic corporation. So, these are corporation created or organized in the Philippines or under its laws. So, parang ang counterpart nito sa individuals is yung resident citizen. So, Kapag nag-create or nagawa yung corporation na yon under the Philippine law, it is considered as domestic corporation. So, the other one, kung meron tayong domestic, meron tayong foreign corporation. These are corporations organized, authorized, or existing under any laws other than the Philippine law. So, yung mga foreign law, kung yung corporation na yon is na-create because of foreign laws or any other laws other than the Philippine law, considered siya as foreign corporation. So, it is fairly divided into two. Number one is resident foreign and second, non-resident foreign. When we say resident foreign, these are foreign corporation engaged in trade or business within the Philippines or having an office or place of business therein. And kapag sinabi naman natin na non-resident foreign corporation siya but they are not engaged in trade or business in the Philippines. So, domestic and foreign corporations may also be classified as special corporations. So, later on, mas didiscuss natin yung special corporations. Okay, so dito na tayo ngayon sa taxability of corporation. So, ano nga bang tax rate or tax base yung nag-a-apply sa kanya? Okay? So, meron lang tayong 3 tax rates na tatandaan. So, we have 30%, 2%, and 15%. So, focus muna tayo dun sa number 1, yung 30%. Okay? So, dito muna tayo sa number 1. So, RCIT stands for Regular Corporate Income Tax. Okay? So, for the regular corporate income tax, wala tayong ibang tatandaang rate, kundi 30%. 30%, 30%, 30%. Again, kapag domestic corporation, taxable siya within and without. So, kapag resident foreign corporation, taxable lang siya within. So, taxable lang siya kapag yung income is na-generate sa Philippines. Okay? So, non-resident foreign corporation, taxable din siya within kasi foreign corporation siya. Okay? So, ngayon, kapag domestic corporation na RCIT, 30% of net income. So, for domestic corporation, 30% of net income within and without. For the resident foreign corporation, again, 30% of net income within only. So, kapag non-resident foreign corporation naman, 30% of gross income within only. So, yun yung pagkakaiba ng non-resident foreign corp sa resident foreign corp. So, kapag resident foreign corp, 30% of net income, while for non-resident foreign corp, 30% siya ng gross income. Okay? So, focus muna tayo sa RCIT or yung regular corporate income tax. Okay? So, ito lang yung formula niya. Gross income less allowable deductions. We will arrive at taxable income multiplied by the RCIT rate, which is yung 30%. Ayan, maka-arrive tayo sa regular corporate income tax. So, ganyan lang siya ka-straightforward. So, compare sa taxation on individuals, mas madali ang taxation of corporation. So, when we say gross income, it includes all income not subject to final withholding tax, capital gains tax, and not considered exempt under the law. So, parang parehas lang din siya sa taxation of individuals natin. So, hindi lang natin isasama yung mga passive income na subject sa final withholding tax and yung mga capital gains tax natin. So, when we say allowable deductions naman, this includes business expenses and losses o yung tinatawag natin na itemized deduction. So, any expenses ng business na deductible, dyan siya nagpo-fall sa allowable deductions. Or, kasama din sa allowable deductions yung tinatawag natin na OSD or Optional Standard Deduction. Ito yung 40% of the gross income. So, didiscuss natin to sa succeeding chapters pa. Okay. So, diretso na tayo kagad sa example. So, assume the following data for Bayanihan Corporation for the current year. Gross income, Philippines, 975,000. Business expenses, Philippines, 750,000. Gross income, Malaysia, 770,000. Expenses, Malaysia, 630,000. And interest income on bank deposit, 25,000. So, question is, determine the income tax due, assuming the corporation is, number 1, domestic corporation, second, resident foreign corporation, and third, non-resident foreign corporation. Okay, so start tayo sa domestic corporation. Okay. So, sabi natin, kapag domestic corporation, taxable, magkano applicable tax rate kapag kinocompute natin yung regular corporate income tax? So, 30%. So, 30% ng ano? Ng net income. Okay. So, since domestic corporation siya, taxable siya saan? Within and without the country. Okay, so balik tayo dun sa given. Gross income Philippines, kasama hindi. So, kasama. Business income, business expenses Philippines, kasama hindi. Kasama. Gross income Malaysia, kasama kasi taxable siya within and without. Expenses Malaysia, kasama hindi. So, kasama. Interest income on bank deposit, kasama hindi? Of course, hindi siya kasama. Bakit? Kasi subject siya sa final tax. So, hindi siya kasama sa computation ng regular corporate income tax. So, since alam niyo na yung mga kasama, then compute. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So, answer is 109,500. So, paano na-compute? So, sabi natin, kasama lahat except for the interest income on bank deposit. So, add mo lang lahat ng gross income. Gross income Philippines, 975,000. Gross income Malaysia, 770,000. Total gross income is 1,745,000. Add mo rin lahat ng expenses. Business expenses Philippines, 750,000. Expenses Malaysia, 630,000. Total expenses, 1,380,000. So, 1,745,000 na gross income less 1,380,000 na expenses equals 365,000 taxable income multiplied by the tax rate of 30%. Yan, makaka-arrive tayo sa total income tax due or regular corporate income tax of 109,500. Okay. So, again, very straightforward yung computation. Kunin mo lang yung taxable income, multiply by 30%, and that's it. Yun na yung regular corporate income tax mo. Okay. So, next. Doon naman tayo sa resident foreign corporation. Okay. So, sabi natin, kapag resident foreign corporation na RCIT or regular corporate income tax, again, magkano yung tax rate? 30% of net income. So, taxable lang siya. Since foreign corporation siya, taxable lang siya within the country. Okay? So again, gross income Philippines, kasama hindi? Kasama. Business expenses Philippines, kasama hindi? Kasama. Gross income Malaysia, kasama hindi? So hindi kasama. Okay? Kasi within lang taxable ang foreign corporation. Expenses Malaysia, kasama hindi? Of course, hindi rin siya kasama kasi yung income niya hindi kasama. Interest income on bank deposit. So, hindi rin siya kasama kasi subject siya sa final tax. Okay. So, since alam mo na lahat ng mga kasama, compute. Okay, the correct answer is 67,500. So, paano na-compute? So, straightforward computation lang. Gross income Philippines, 975,000 less business expenses Philippines, 750,000. We will arrive at taxable income of 225,000 multiplied by the tax rate, 30%. Income tax due o yung regular corporate income tax natin is 67,500. Okay. So last, for the non-resident foreign corporation. For the non-resident foreign corporation, again, taxable siya ng 30%. So, anong tax base? So, ang tax base natin again is gross income. Okay, so since foreign corporation siya, taxable siya within the Philippines only. Okay. So, gross income Philippines, kasama hindi? Kasama. Business expenses Philippines, kasama hindi? Ulit, kasama hindi? Siyempre, hindi kasama. Bakit? Kasi ang basis natin ng 30% is the gross income. Ibig sabihin, lahat na expenses or yung expenses natin other than the direct expenses is hindi kasama. So, gross income Malaysia, of course, hindi kasama. Expenses Malaysia, hindi kasama. Interest income on bank deposit, kasama hindi. Interest income on bank deposit is kasama. So, kapag ang interest income kapag na-generate siya ng non-resident foreign corporation is hindi siya kasama sa or hindi siya taxable as final tax. So, kasama siya sa computation ng gross income. Okay, so ang kasama lang is yung gross income Philippines and interest income on bank deposit. Okay, so again, compute. So, correct answer is 300,000. Paano nakuha? Gross income Philippines, 975,000 plus the interest income on bank deposit, 25,000 equals 1 million na taxable income natin multiplied by the tax rate of 30%. We will arrive at income tax due or regular corporate income tax of 300,000. Okay, so that's the last example. So, tapos na yung part 1 natin. Let's go with the part 2.